Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to share with you an audio clip. Well, technically I'll just provide the link below, but I want to share with you a couple things that were said within this audio clip. It's of Barry Silbert, who is the CEO and founder of Digital Currency Group. And this guy is something of a behemoth in the world of crypto. I'll share with you a little bit of information about him and what he said, but it was explicitly about Ripple and XRP, and it couldn't have been more positive. It was a cool thing that I wanted to share with you, so I'll be touching on that. I also want to share with you a piece titled Ripple Conquering Japan and India while the United States lacks clarity. So I'll be running through that and sharing my opinions with you, and then I'll wrap up the video sharing a piece from Daily Hodl, and it's about Binance US, which is going to be launching in the United States apparently within the next few weeks, actually. And I can't remember what the cutoff date was, but for those of you unaware, if you're in the United States, you're losing access to Binance. It may have already happened within the last few days. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's the 7th of September as I record this. But regardless, it doesn't matter. Even if you have access now, it's not going to be for much longer. But fear not, you're going to have a Binance-style site. It's called Binance US. So anyway, before we get going here, if you would please delicately tap that like button. And oh, by the way, somebody in the video I posted today wrote, something along the line, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but wrote, whoever came up with that whole smash the like button thing, I want to punch them in the face. And I just kind of laughed about that. There's a reason I say delicately, because I think it's completely ridiculous too. And now, of course, saying delicately instead, that's also stupid, but that's at least by design. So anyway, but if you would please delicately tap that like button, no smashing on the Moon Lambo channel, and go ahead and subscribe if you're a fan of Ripple and XRP. It's a pretty reasonable thing to do. All right, here. So let me go back to... Here we go. So I first saw this because of Bank XRP, and it was a retweet of something that Peter Pumpkin Eater put out, which I want to say this was actually... Was it C3 Nick that put this together? Maybe. So there you go. Yeah, C3 put this together. C3 Nick on Twitter. So then Peter Pumpkin Eater tweeted out, and then Bank XRP retweeted it. So just putting credit where it's due. Thank you for putting this together, C3 Nick. This is a cool audio clip. Now I'm not sure who he was speaking to, but I think I know. It sounded to me like Laura Shin, who is a crypto podcaster, and great speaking voice she has. Very anti-Ripple and XRP, specifically anti-XRP, and so she could not be more wrong about how things are unfolding and the direction in which things should go. Nonetheless, here we are, and so she was saying, hey, there's obviously a lot of people talking about how XRP is a security of Ripple, and how did you, Barry Silbert, decide to include XRP in your large cap? And so he basically said, he said very bluntly, he's like, well, first and foremost, it comes from, the reason that we included it is because it comes from customer demand. Customers actually demanding, Digital Currency Group demanding XRP. And second, he said that it's very clear to them that XRP absolutely is not a security. And I have to tell you, I've talked about this so much on this channel, there's no way that XRP is a security. A security of what? Of Ripple, of Coil, of Coinbase, or Binance US coming out here? Like what? It makes no sense. That's the idea that XRP would be a security for so many reasons. But anyway, Barry Silbert, it was like a very, very firm, very bullish sounding statement. And so I wanted to share that with you. And so again, I'll include the link below. This clip, it's only about a minute and a half, so definitely worth your time if you care to check it out. So then Barry Silbert, who is he? I wanted to read his little bio in case you're a little bit unfamiliar. Here he is on the screen right now. And Barry Silbert, founder, Digital Currency Group. A pioneer in digital currency investing, Barry began buying Bitcoin in 2012 and quickly established himself as one of the earliest and most active investors in the industry. In 2015, Barry founded Digital Currency Group, and today, DCG sits at the epicenter of the blockchain industry. Barry previously was the founder and CEO of Second Market, acquired by NASDAQ in 2015, and earlier in his career worked as an investment banker. Barry graduated with honors from the Guazette, I've never heard of, Business School of Emory University. He has received many accolades, including being named Entrepreneur of the Year by Ernst & Young and Cranes, and being selected to Fortune's prestigious 40 Under 40 list. Barry has a long-standing passion for investing in great entrepreneurs with big ideas and has a knack for disruption himself. Seems like a real sharp guy anyway. So that's who that is saying those things about XRP. Good stuff here. All right, check out this piece. It's from Tron Weekly Journal. Ripple conquering Japan and India while the U.S. lacks clarity. Yes, they sent in the ground forces. It's getting violent out there, conquering Japan and India. Making enemies, man. No. A recent interview of Ripple co-founder Chris Larsen clears that fintech firm understands the future of cryptocurrency in the United States depends on regulation clarity and building a friendly environment. Ripple and its, I hate it when they word like this, Ripple and its native coin XRP, that really steams my vegetables. XRP is not native to anything Ripple. XRP is, do I even need to say this? XRP is a cryptocurrency utilizing distributed ledger technology. Oh my god. Anyway, so they continue to make waves around the world with several recent news showing that the company and its crypto project are advancing despite the XRP price stagnation. In the recently released Ripple Drop episode 15, the XRP community got a chance to hear a new interview with Ripple co-founder Chris Larsen, who spoke about how blockchain and crypto assets help build the Internet of Value. Larsen explains that blockchain provides an infrastructure for moving value around the world. Not only that, but digital assets are not feasible unless there is a blockchain in the first place. As per one of the main heads behind Ripple, Chris Larsen, the existence of cryptocurrencies is extremely important, as it helps reduce liquidity costs. Further, he admits that fiat currencies are likely to remain the dominant ones, but they can still make use of cryptocurrencies to enable a straightforward translation of value. In other words, the two can not only coexist, but even help each other, and in the process, the global economy itself. Yes, thank you, and that I could not agree with more firmly. It's not, cryptocurrencies are not going to be something that make fiat currencies go away. Sorry, Mr. Bitcoin maximalist. It ain't happening. It's a little fantasy dream that you have in your head, but there will always be fiat currencies, and there are reasons of power behind this. It doesn't, and I'm not saying that there won't in the future at some point be a cryptocurrency that is actually used as money. I am not saying that. If you can overcome the technical hurdles and the volatility issues, which I think the volatility thing will just work itself out over time as the asset class unfolds, but if you can figure all that stuff out, there are reasons that it's possible something like that could take hold. But really, the more realistic and adult way to look at this is to just acknowledge that indeed the two complement each other. Fiat is not capable of moving itself around the world in a quick, cheap manner without cryptocurrencies existing. Cryptocurrencies have a greater chance of existing to move money around the world since that money, in fact, does exist, the fiat currency. It's a perfectly agreeable situation. For both assets, whether you're talking currency or cryptocurrency, it works. And the piece continues. However, for all of this to become a reality, it does require one key component, according to Larsen. That component is regulatory clarity. As many are aware, regulatory clarity in regards to cryptocurrencies is currently completely absent as far as the U.S. is concerned. Not literally true, but to me it doesn't seem too far off, so I'll let it go. This harms the crypto industry as it makes the sector confusing and inconsistent. This lack of regulation damages innovation, as the founders and these technologies tend to hold back. Understandably, in such situations, innovators hold back or even leave the country to invest on crypto-friendlier environments. And by the way, I have reported on that. What was the name? My brain ain't thinking it up right now, but there was a big entity, or at least a subsidiary of the entity, that left, and they went somewhere else. It might have been a big exchange. I am so sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. I wish I could just spout off what it was. My brain works sometimes, dudes. give me a break. I don't know, but there was a perfectly good example very recently, and I did cover it on the channel when it occurred. And they acknowledged when they left, they're like, "Yep, it's because of lack of regulatory clarity." And so one day that will all be worked out, right? And so there we go. And then piece continues. From Larson's interview, it is rather clear that Ripple's officials understand that the future of cryptocurrency in the U.S. depends on the clarity and building a friendly environment. However, the regulatory situation in the U.S. is not seeing any advancements as of yet, which prevents coins, including XRP, from finding their substantial use cases in the U.S. And I love seeing this. Mr. B, you my boy, I don't know if you happen to be watching this video, but you are in Tron Weekly, and now you're on the Moon Lambo channel again here. Check this out. And so he tweeted out, emphasis on regulatory clarity. I think Ripple is ready to roll and just waiting on the regs to be officially announced. And that was what he wrote in retweeting the Ripple tweet about episode 15 of the Ripple drop anyway. And that was just 2 days ago. Anyway, and then the piece continues. However, the situation is different on the other side of the world, particularly in India and Japan. Some reports claim that around 61 of Japan's 200 banks are open to or even preparing to use Ripple's XRP. It's not Ripple's XRP, it's just XRP, damn it. At the same time, all of India's banks seem to be interested in XRP's potential and are interested in using Xcurrent to benefit from it. I think they meant XRapid, but we'll let that go too. How about the combination of Xcurrent and XRapid? We'll go with that one. So far, XRP and Ripple seem to have managed to leave a strong impression in Asia, which countless banks in many different countries are showing interest in its cross-border payments technology. So there you go. And then it wraps up by stating, for now, Ripple continues to work on integrating its payment solutions in Japan and India. And while it seems that they are ready to make the same moves in the U.S., the lack of clarity mentioned by Chris Larson appears to be holding the company back. And that is a very valid point. And, you know, it was Ashish Burla. He was asking Hester Pierce of the SEC a question. And in asking this question, he did also comment, hey, I'm Ashish Burla with Ripple. And as far as, and I'm paraphrasing here, but as far as getting traction with banks, it's a lot tougher to do in the United States with all this regulatory uncertainty, and we're seeing a lot of innovation go over to Asia. That's what he had to say. And so, of course, Hester Pierce, though, and she's like, yeah, I don't think that the regulatory clarity is going to come anytime soon. And then she went on to cite that, frankly, and this is very honest of her, I wonder if anybody yelled at her for sharing this opinion. Hopefully not, because it's just an honest opinion. But she said that she thinks part of the reason that they're slow moving is because those at the SEC that would implement any sort of regulation, if something goes wrong, they're worried about their own necks, basically. So that's her opinion on it. All right, next here, there's this tweet from RobCash71. XRP price dropped, but partnerships keep rising, not worried. And I'm not going to open up the piece. I just like the tweet, so I thought I'd read it to you. But it was there's a piece titled "RippleNet Gets Yet Another Banking Partner," and I have to say, in terms of price action, it's not reflective of the true value of the network, which is one of the things that makes me excited. Price is different from value. The value that XRP offers is high. The price is low right now. Think about it. Anyway. Last piece here, and this is from dailyhodl.com. Binance US launching in a matter of weeks as company reveals strict KYC requirements. Binance says the launch of its US-based crypto exchange is on the horizon. In a new blog post, the company says Binance US will go live in the coming weeks. The exchange will have strict Know Your Customer requirements for its users, which is KYC. And then here's a quote, KYC will be required for trading on Binance.us. Setting up a new account will require a valid government ID, driver's license or passport, and social security number, SSN, to register for access to the Binance.us marketplace available in most U.S. states. We are finalizing the list of states where we will start to roll out service to users and will release this list before we begin onboarding customers. Binance says it plans to launch iOS and Android apps for the exchange, but they won't be available on day one. To make its entrance into the U.S. a reality, Binance has partnered with a firm called BAM Trading Services, which will operate the new U.S.-based exchange. BAM hired Ripple's former head of XRP institutional liquidity, Catherine Coley as its CEO. Coley's primary role is to manage the launch of the new digital asset marketplace. Binance says it's considering 30 crypto assets for Binance US. 5 coins in the top 20 by market cap are absent from the list, which would be Bitcoin, SV, Monero, Tron, Leo, and Tezos. I don't know what Leo is even. Is that a thing? I don't think I've ever heard anybody even mention that. So, then again, there's like over 2,300 coins, and I just don't care. I remember when I entered the world of crypto, I was going one by one based on market cap, researching them, and I was like, well, that one doesn't do anything. Next. Oh, well, that one doesn't do anything. Next. Okay, that one doesn't do anything. The only one where I got to, oh, wait, that can do something, is when I researched XRP. That was it. The rest are just garbage, aren't they? I don't know. There could be things I'm missing, certainly, and we'll see how things unfold, but the only one that's actually being used today is XRP. That's it. Still. Even towards the end of 2019. It's astonishing to me. One day XRP will be number 1 in market cap. That's my prediction. All right, I'll wrap up the video there, though. Thanks so much for watching. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!